Hey everyone, here. Here's a short tutorial on how I sketch this scene of a durian store. And the techniques that I will teach you can be applied with traditional sketching tools as well, because this is actually just a drawing tutorial. I won't be talking much about coloring. So this was drawn yesterday after dinner. I was walking around and I happened to have my iPad and I saw this durian store and there was a bench facing the store. So I could just sit on the bench and just draw the scene. So let's just take a close look at this sketch. This was just drawn with very simple line art, some thick and thin lines. The brush that I'm using here is the watercolor B4 brush. It's not free. It comes in the waterful set, which is sold separately. The nice thing about this is you can draw thin and thick lines, and these are textured lines. And you can tilt the brush to get the really broad strokes. Okay, so how did I sketch this? Let me just create a new layer here first and change this to a different color. The first thing, whenever I look at a scene, is to find where the vanishing point is and also where the horizon is. So to find where the vanishing point is, I can look at the diagonals for the tables. And what's this? This table here. So the vanishing point, let me just increase the opacity of this. Where's the, you know what, let me just bring this out first. Okay, this is already at 100%. Okay, so the vanishing point is actually here. And my eye level, oh, actually the vanishing point is lower. The vanishing point is actually here. Yeah, so this is also my eye level. The vanishing point is not here because if the vanishing point is here, it would mean the eye level is also here. And that would mean that I am standing and sketching, but I was actually seated down. So my eye level is actually lower because I'm seated down. So I'm actually looking at the chest level of these two guys here. So this is very important because if you put your eye level too high, the perspective is going to be, the perspective for the tables will be affected by the eye level. So where the vanishing point is and where the horizon is, or the eye level is actually important. Okay, so let me just delete, oops. Let me just undo. Let me delete this. Okay, so once you find out where the vanishing point is, you can just draw the diagonal lines to the vanishing point. The next thing you need to take note when drawing is, let me create another new layer, is to make sure that the tables align. For example, this table will align with the baskets here. This table will align with this here. And you have to make sure that the distance, like the width of the table, is relative to the width of other elements in the scene. For example, this distance is maybe 1 unit. And we have another unit here, another unit here. So if the width of the basket is smaller than 1 unit, you have to make sure that this is smaller than 1 unit. Yeah, so once you have something you can use as a measuring tool, you should draw other elements relative to that measuring unit. Or you can split up the scene, in this case, into 3 sections like this, and just try and put the different elements in the scene into the different sections. For example, on the left side here, we have the tables and the boxes that were used to pack the durian. So all the boxes, the tables will go into this 1/3 of the scene. And we have the durians here at the other third, and in the center we have the two people and the working area here. So as you are sketching, you may want to create some drafting lines first, just to mark out the areas. So for this sketch, I actually marked out the pillar here, and I drew the the table here for the durians, this area here, and the tables here. So just by putting down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 areas, you will be able to place the elements in the respective positions at the respective sizes, at the correct sizes. And after that, it's all a matter about adding the details. Okay, so once you have drawn in the drafting lines for the tables, next thing you want to do is maybe add people. So for this person here, as I look at this person, I can see that the head is here. So there is a store behind, there is a shop behind, and the signboard is here. So the height of this person is here. It's lower than the signboard here. It has to be lower because this person is not that tall. He's tall, but it's not tall to cover the signboard that is behind. So this is the maximum height of the person. And the bottom of the t-shirt aligns to the table here. So when you are sketching, always use alignment techniques. So we have the top of the head here, the bottom of the t-shirt here, and next you can draw the shirt like this. And this sleeve, the t-shirt sleeve, is in the middle here, between this, the top of the t-shirt, and the bottom. And then you can draw like this. In this case, I may not draw the shorts first. I sometimes may draw the foot first or the shoes first, so that once I know where the feet ends here, I can then draw the shoe and then connect, what is happening here? And then draw from the boundary here up. So this way, drawing it this way from the bottom up will prevent me from drawing the legs too long like this. And of course, when you are drawing the feet, you should align the feet to other elements that you have already drawn. So in this case, the feet actually aligns to the top of this basket that's beneath the table. And for this person, the height, the top of the head should align to the head here, but where? So in this case, this guy is actually shorter, so the top of his head actually aligns to the ear. And we need to know where the feet is. The feet is actually covered by this basket here, but the feet should be here. So we have the bottom of the t-shirt here, and then we can just draw the shape like this. So we need to know where the top is, the middle, and the bottom. Sometimes you may not need to mark out the top, middle, and bottom, but you will definitely need to keep the proportion of this in mind, even if you don't mark it out on paper, because this is going to really help you draw more accurately. Draw people with a more accurate size and scaling. And yeah, so after you mark out all the drafting lines, you can start to sketch. So for this sketch, I actually have the drafting lines. Oh, let me show you my drafting lines. For complicated scenes, I will actually have drafting lines. So these are my drafting lines, very simple. You can see this person, the body is on the right side, but the legs are on the left side. So when I drew this, I can't remember which I drew first. So one of the position is off, which is why I had to move either the legs to the left or move the body to the right. So when you are doing a quick drafting, when you're at the drafting stage, you can identify mistakes like this. And you also see this diagonal line here. This is at the wrong angle. So if you draw it at this angle, you can look at it and you can straight away tell that the angle is off. So when you are actually drawing it with ink later, you can correct your mistake. Okay, so this is the colored sketch. The light source is coming from the three lights overhanging at the top. This one was not powered on, so it's gray. And the light source is actually between this table and this basket, which is why the durians here are darker and the durians here are lit by light. They are lighter. Yeah. I think this is a pretty straightforward sketch. It's a one-point perspective sketch. It's pretty straightforward. There are some red marks here at the bottom. These are actually the rubber bands that the guy is using to tie up the plastic boxes. So many of the rubber bands actually snap and they are on the floor. So these are some of the little details that you can add to tell a story. I have also drawn in some bamboo poles. These are red, green and blue bamboo poles. I'm not sure why there are even bamboo poles here at this store that's selling durians, fruits. Anyway, there are bamboo poles here. I'm not sure why they are there. And the lights at the top were actually hanging from the bamboo poles. So these are just some useless information that you will remember as you draw. But if you are just taking photo of this scene, you probably won't even notice the bamboo poles. And also for the shop behind, it's selling waffles, ice cream and waffles. So it's a cafe, but in front of the cafe, it's a durian store selling durians from Pahang, Malaysia at 24 Singapore dollars per kg. So trying to add in some information if you can. All this will be part of storytelling. There were a few customers that bought durian here, but I did not draw those customers because they came and went quite quickly. But if you want to draw customers, draw more people in the scene, that is great because that will make the scene look even more lively. So in this case, if I only have like one person in the scene, I think it doesn't look as exciting or interesting compared to having two people in the scene. So having more people in the scene will definitely make the sketch look more lively. Alright, before you go, I just want to let you know that if you want to learn more about sketching with the app concepts, you can check out the many free tutorial videos that I have on my YouTube channel, or you can check out the structured courses that I have on Skillshare. I'll put the links to where you can find these videos or the courses in the video description below. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye.